Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas. Yeah, but we are going to be doing some death battle related content. New managing moderators can support your no fuck off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to be ranking the 2024-25 season. Going to be predicting 2026, and also going to make me and I also made a bingo card for 2026 for Death Battle. So yeah, that said, maybe pull this up first and pull this up. Okay, so this has where I actually ranked everything. So let's see here. Oh, okay. Control H. Okay. I don't think anything is going to be under that. So that one still is actually just not for me. Yeah, Deku after that. Okay. So yeah. Okay. There's that. There's probably be a wise decision to do that. But I'm not known for being wise. That's such a higher up than I thought it was. Da, 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 da. Damn, okay. Okay. That's actually pretty useful. That's right there. Okay. Boo, boo, da, boo, 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 boo. There's that. Hey, there's two back to back. Nice. Hey, there's another one. Cool beans, cool beans. Working on it, getting there, getting there. Wait, that's not it. Da, 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 da. This one is. Okay. This, these two. Then these four. Set. So that's for a total of 15. So is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I'm missing one. One. I'm missing Doom. Okay. There's that. Okay. So it's underneath. Where did it go? There. Okay. There. Okay, let's go. So, starting this off, I'm gonna go from my least favorite from the season up to the best of the season. Uh, so yeah, and we'll talk about them a little bit, because I am a little short on time today to do stuff. So, in last place, the one that it's a good episode. I just don't care that much about it. Is Among Us Fall Guy. I'm not interested in the matchup. I thought it was a good animation was good. Analysis was good for both of them. I was just not interested in Among Us Fall Guys. Above that, we got Deku versus Miles Morales. Love Deku. Um, don't know that much about Miles Morales. I have not seen into any of the Spider Verse stuff. I have not really read any of his comics. But I feel like the analysis could have been a little bit better. Animation wise, there's a few problems with animation. Far better than anything I could do, so I ain't gonna complain there. But yeah, it's a solid episode. It's not one of, it's there's a lot more better ones that there. This is like D and this is C. I would say that in general, this is like a C tier episode. No, I'm just gonna do that. Just gonna move these up here and just get rid of this. Yeah, so this is like a B tier episode. This is like a C tier episode. After that, we got Spawn Ghost Rider. I like it more. The analysis was good. The the animation was really good, especially being the only sprite fight for 2025. Why was there not more? But anyways, this was a really good sprite fight. I love the equal representation that both characters had in their fight with Spawn. Whenever, especially the scene wherever is Ghost Rider in hell, Spawn in heaven. That was a really cool scene there. And the reverse penance stare I thought was really good. The only thing I really didn't like about it was the penance stare segment, where it was just a slideshow of not if it using this as panels would have been fine, but I wish it was more because it felt odd seeing it there. After Spawn Ghost Rider, I have Kratos Azura. I get it's a bit more. Kratos is one of my favorite characters of all time in fiction. Don't know that much about Azura. Wrath, I never played it. But I feel like I'm fine with the lore stuff because the lore is part of a character's backstory and stuff. It's like you should be using it. I feel like but Kratos animation would to me look good. I was fanboying out over seeing Kratos. I do think the might need to go and rewatch it, but I do think it isn't like an A tier. It is I think a B tier episode. After Kratos Asura, we got Buffy versus Blade. Buffy and Blade, really good episode. I like the analysis for both. Went really well into the character and stuff. Animation was good. The only I had no connections to either of these characters prior to this. I kind of interested in going to see Buffy's show, but other than that, I had not had any experience with that. I wish that they with the fiction that they would let him either ADR a voice for his opening line, because every other line he has sounds good. That first line, it's kind of it's a little jarring. It ain't bad. It's just jarring. Like you don't expect that voice. So, and I know he can do a good Blade voice too. So, because he does it in the rest of the episode. But that first one is just like a little bit jarring. Yeah. After Blade Buffy, there is Ruki Maka. Ruby Maka's episode is a good episode. It's a good tribute to Monty. Think it's a good episode, 200, a good milestone episode, probably one of the better milestone episodes that they ever done. Yeah. I also like the animation is really good in it. You can see the love in it. The Ruby's analysis, I feel like could have been better. Like Marcus was really well done. But Ruby's was, I felt like rushed at the end of it, which brought it down to an egg. It could have been an S tier fight. Then Joker Giorno. I had no connection to either of these characters. Actually, only out of all of these characters on the tier list so far, only one that I had a real connection with was Deku and Kratos. The rest of them, I didn't know or anything. But this fight is I found as a very interesting fight. I know that people are not happy with the use of Eyes Over Heaven and the that game being used, but I don't see a problem with it being not something that is like directly contradicting the source material. So, yeah. So after that, Bardock versus Anime. It has this. Don't get me wrong. This has a lot of issues, but those issues I find as a starting point for the independent death battle, I thought it was really good, and I thought animation wise it was good. Analysis was okay. I feel like the wrong person won from what was stated, but that's not my point. That's not my place to say. This is what Death Battle decision came to, and I think that they were able to argue it well. Yeah. You know what? I should have kept that D tier, because this road I think should be a NB in terms of this season overall, or I can just add one above it. Yeah, I'm just gonna add one above it. Let's see. Row above. God. And let's change this color to white. I was gonna use black, but okay. Yeah, I can't read that. Anyways. Yeah, that feels better. that feels better there. Okay. After Bardock Omni Man, I got the I got Hey Master Chief versus Doom Guy. The first part of the fight scene was okay. It got really good when they went to hell. I like the cameo of Ghost Rider and Spawn in it. Analysis wise, I feel like analysis could have been a lot better. I feel like they were trying to make it seem like it's a close matchup when it's not. The conclusion was, I feel like if it's one-sided fight, I feel like they should have just presented it as a one-sided fight. But they were trying to make it seem like it was a even matchup. Yeah. After Doom got Master Chief in S tier, an S tier fight, we got Wowway versus Tomcat. I have a very huge connection with both of these series. I grew up watching them as a kid, more attached to Wild Coyote, hence why it's kind of in the S tier. I feel like animation wise, it was really good. The the analysis was well used. The God's punishment on Wily was explained well, and I feel like it was brought up in the conclusion really well. I liked it. I think it was a good fight. Then we got Hawkzilla. I think Hawkzilla. I like Hawkzilla. I like the analysis. I like the animation. Was really good. For especially whenever the first death of Godzilla. I wish it would have been cool to see like the other forms of the Hulk, but he didn't really need to do that because that the win condition was Banner be able to solve Ultima. And I really think that the conclusion is really sound with Hawk winning because his cosmology is bigger than Godzilla's confirmed cosmology, in that Godzilla could not get to the one below all. So yeah, real good episode. After Hawk Godzilla, we got Dante and Clive. Animation peak. This entire tier is good, is goated. I've basically this tier has either made me do something in my personal life. So like, because of Tom and Jerry, or Tom and Jerry versus Wile Cody. I bought some of the old Looney Tunes shows because I want to re-experience the Wild Coyote stuff because I love Wild Coyote. Hawk Godzilla. I started watching the Godzilla franchise because I thought it was cool. I wanted to learn more about Godzilla. Dante Clive. I bought both Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy 16 in response to this. So, good episode. Really liked it. Next one is Kyle Rayner versus Simone the Digger. The way this one affected me, I start actually in preparation for this, I started watching Gurren Lagann. I still haven't finished it yet, but it is up there with one of my favorite animes of all time. I just haven't been able to, have not continued watching it yet after the episode, this episode aired. But I found both these characters as very enjoyable characters, and I really, really enjoyed enjoyed them. Animation I thought was good. It had a nice callback to Ben versus Green Hal Jordan. Have not seen it yet, but I know that I have heard of oh uh the I heard from watching reactions to Simone versus Kyle. The like the opening scene from Ben versus Hal Jordan was with like, hey, I'm a officer. I'm a part of the Green Lantern Corps. Yeah, that opening. Yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah, analysis was good. The conclusion I thought was probably one of the best conclusions out of all of these. Yeah. After that, Shigaraki versus Mahito. Shigaraki is my favorite villain character of all time. I love Shigaraki. Not because he's a gamer. I actually forgot he was a gamer most of the time, but the whole wanting to destroy everything and stuff. I thought that like him being a personification of destruction was cool. I liked it. He's also the first anime villain that I know, because My Hero Academia and Black Clover were the first real animes that I watched. I watched Death Note, which was the first anime I watched, but after Death Note, I watched Fairy Tail, Black Clover, and My Hero Academia. I was watching those at the same time, and Shigaraki was the first like villain that I got attached to, and then just recently seeing the ending of his story in animation, loved it. Also, Shigaraki, My Hero Academia, and Black Clover are what maybe got me started into reading manga and start collecting manga. So Shigaraki, My Hero Academia, and Black Clover have a special place in my heart because of that. In the second place, might be a little controversial, Bowser Eggman. Don't get me wrong. For a long ass time, this was my number one death battle of all time. This since it came out, this was my number one death battle of all time. But Ash versus Yugi. Ash versus Yugi is has just became my favorite anime, my favorite fight of all time. Analysis wise, fucking perfection for both of these. I thought was really great. Conclusion was really good, both of them. Fights, really great. And in terms of animation and stuff, Bowser, or for purpose and stuff, I feel like Bowser Eggman's armies had more to do, while Ash and Yugi's didn't have that much to do in the background. But this was my childhood. My childhood. This is also was released on my birthday, so this is my favorite of all time. One of my favorite birthday gifts of all time. So yeah, there's that. That is my ranking for the 2024-2027 season. Yeah, and thank you all. Thank you all. Want to go on to the next one. So let's go to here. Okay, so so basically what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be doing predictions for 2026. These are not the match. I'm made matchups for every month, but I don't. Some of these are not. Some of these are not a like the match I think is actually going to happen. So I think that we're going to be start opening up the season with the Marvel versus DC matchup, because we haven't had one of those since season 10. And with both Superman and Fantastic Four coming out recently, I think either of these characters are. I feel like Mr. Fantastic is due for Death Battle, but I think that he won't be fighting Luffy from One Piece. I feel like he'd be fighting Mr. Terrific. I feel like this is actually a better matchup for Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, there's that. Um, so in terms of like actual prediction, I feel like January or the first match of the year is going to be uh, Mr. Fantastic versus Mr. Terrific. Then I feel like we're going to get our first confirmed matchup next year is going to be Groove versus Megamind, and as the second matchup of the year, yeah, not much to say there. As the third matchup, little wild card here. Since Mando is getting a movie supposed to be coming out in 2026, I'm this ain't confirmed. I'm guessing that we may be getting a try to get Step Out will try to capitalize on that. And having Mando appear in the Death Battle, whether that be against Geralt, whether that be against Goblin Slayer, whether that be against the Courier. Uh, who knows? But I'm predicting that Goblin that Mando will be in Death Battle next year. Then for our fourth fight of the year, I feel like it will be Aang versus Traveler. I feel like we're going to be getting all the rest of the Kickstarter confirmed matchups this year. So I feel like we'll be getting Aang and Traveler. Then I feel like we will be getting another anime versus anime matchup. I feel like the one that is the most overdue is Ken Kaneki versus Eren Yeager. I feel like it's perfect, a good time for that because the Attack on Titans series just wrapped up. I feel like it was a great time for it to be actually to occur, and then tying into more movie stuff. I feel like we're going to be getting King Kong versus Donkey Kong. Not particularly these two matchups. I feel like King Kong is overdue for a appearance in Death Battle. But I feel like with the Mario movie coming out, I feel like we'll be getting a Mario character tie-in basically, and Donkey Kong King Kong. I feel like is a legacy matchup that needs to happen. I feel like King Kong is a character that needs to be coming to Death Battle. And also, since they just did Godzilla, I know that they also like to research stuff at the same time. So they could have been watching the new when they were researching Godzilla. Godzilla Kong would have been also on there, so they already have a little bit of research for King Kong. Another time matchup of things might happen. I don't think it was going to be this matchup. This is one of my matchups I think it should happen in the future. But I feel like it will be a Street Fighter game or fight this year, since it's tie-in with the movie. But also the I don't not the Street Fighter. I feel like it's gonna be a fighting game in general because we haven't had a fighting game on Death Battle in a while. I just have Akuma here because he is played by our tribal chief Roman Reigns. Acknowledge him. So show support. He's on here. But then I feel like the champion of the champion island. I think it's Champion Island or Island of Champions. Island sounds right. I think we're going to be getting Yeats and Nero towards the end of the year, around August, September. Then I feel like we'll be getting our SCP fight, Doomsday versus SCP 682. I hope we're getting this. I think it'd be a really good fight. It was a very interesting fight. I really want to see SCP on Death Battle. Doomsday, I feel like needs is a good candidate for a new evaluation, a new analysis from Death Battle. And I would again, I would love to see how they would even tackle SCP in a Death Battle. I feel like our Halloween episode is going to be Pennywise versus Freddy Krueger. I know some people are going to be wanting Scarecrow versus Mysterio, but I don't think we should go back to the horror monsters for a Death Battle. Yeah. With that said, going in, we may also get another tie-in show fight episode with Wolverine. So I think we'll probably get a Wolverine episode next year, probably. Yeah. And finally, season finale. I think the season finale is going to be Ben and Jake versus Mordecai and Rigby. It's been a while since we had a 2-on-2 fight. And I feel like season finales for Death Battle now is going to be more catered towards big fan moments in the series. And this is one of the biggest fan requested fights in since both of these shows came out. Yeah. So that is the predictions for 2026. That is the full range of stuff. The I put 12 here. Probably gonna get 11 because of they're taking January off. Yeah. So there's that. But now, the one that I'm actually looking forward to with y'all, the 2026 bingo card. So yeah, I'm going to be coming back to this a bit throughout the year. So yeah, starting off in the middle, we obviously got free space. Kind of we have more than just one free space because here are two of the confirmed matchups for next year. Groove, Megamind, and Aang and Traveler. Yeah. I have another matchup here that pseudo confirmed it for next year. It's not confirmed it will happen next year. It's confirmed it's going to happen in general. That is Geats and Nero. Another one that I have on here that is confirmed, but we also don't know when it's going to pop out. Light versus Columbo. Yeah. So those are the confirmed matches that I have on here that we know we're getting. So yeah. But we don't know for Geats and Nero and Columbo Light. Not confirmed that we'll be getting them in 2026. Honestly, Geats and Nero might be 2027. Because they are both brand new franchises that they have to go into and research. So yeah, start up here in the corner. I feel like I'm going to predict that we will only get a Marvel DC matchup again. So yeah, up here in the corner. Over here, predicting a matchup now. If Cell Metal Sonic happens, give me that point. Over here, I feel like we're getting Street Fighter, so any Street Fighter character to show up, we got it. It has to be a combatant, cannot just be a cameo appearance. Then I think we've seen Ichigo's swords. He's going to fight. So I ain't just going to put Ichigo. I'm putting him versus Yusuke Urameshi. That is going to be there. Over here, Mordecai Rigby. If it happens, it happens. And over here, I think we're going to get a rematch. I think it's going to be Mewtwo Shadow. I feel like they saw from the poll that they wanted this rematch, so I feel like we're going to be getting that. Then returning combatant. If we get a returning combatant, I'll get a check mark here. And also, I feel like we're going to get Pokemon. To be honest, I'm hoping it's Rayquaza. Rayquaza. I'm hoping it's Rayquaza that we get for 20. But any Pokemon, if we get any Pokemon, mostly because when they just did Ash, they specifically mentioned the ground on Kyogre stuff, which would mean that they also would have done research for Rayquaza because Rayquaza stopped them also. So, hoping. Over here next to Aang and Traveler, I feel like we're going to get a pitch matchup. That we're going to get a matchup from the Kickstarter bit that rewards the pitches. Yeah. After that, I feel like we might be getting Jack versus Grinch. A Christmas episode would be wild. Honestly, I would love that. Over here, I feel like we're going to be getting a live action character, but key for this has to be a character that originates from a live action, from a TV show or a movie. So like Columbo, he works for one. The Grinch does not, because he originates as a comic book character, or not a comic book character, as a he originates as a cartoon slash book character, children's book character. So it has to be someone from a TV show like Doctor Who, or Columbo, or from a live action movie that didn't have a predecessor to it. I guess novelizations, like if it's a novel character that has a TV appearance, like Percy, or movie appearance, TV appearance, Harry Potter or Percy Jackson will also count in that. Over here, this row, anime versus anime. I feel like if we get an anime versus a pure anime matchup, give me that point. Over here, I feel like we're getting a character from Invincible. I don't know if it's going to be Mark, but I do have Mark here, so yeah, Mark's there. Over here, on the other side, I feel like getting Captain America this season, or we may be getting Captain America, where they are doing research into Kamen Rider Geats. I feel like they also might be doing research into Ichigo. So who knows? Following Cap, I think we're getting a returning franchise. And I tried to keep these as out of each other's lines as possible. Over here, I feel like we might be getting a Old Man Logan versus the Last Ronin. Over here, Doomsday SCP. Feel like we might be getting Yujiro because they've been talking a lot about Yujiro in the in cast, so I feel like he is bound to show up eventually. New franchises. I'm going to preface this one saying that it is not going to be tied to one of these. It ain't going to be tied to Definite Columbo, Despicable Me, Megamind, Genshin Impact, or Fate / Kamen Rider. New franchises like Grinch or Nightmare on Elm Street, SCP, more Adventure Time, regular show, Baki. And I think that the last one on here for this bingo card, Tournament Champion. We only get a matchup from the Tournament Champions. Now that the Wild Coyote versus Tomcat matchup has happened, that opens up the table for those matchups to be animated. So yeah, that is my bingo card for this year. So thank you all, and And that's going to be also be probably the stream. So thank you all. Until next time, seeing ya.